Hello, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? My name is Fumidesaluvold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you're so very welcome indeed. We have just finished our meet and greet that commenced on Sunday, and might I add that it was absolutely phenomenal. I will get into all of the details, clips of that fabulous weekend in another episode. I came home because I spent 2 nights at the hotel in preparation. And coming home, I heard that Michael Jamal-Warner had passed away, whose character Theo was on The Cosby Show. I am devastated. I wore white in honor of him. May he be greeted by the angels as he goes home to rest. The older I get, the more I realize how valuable time is. I truly believe in our Father above. He sends us down on this earth, and every single one of us have a mission. We have a duty to him, and he gives us assignments. Once our assignment is done, then he brings us home to rest. Malcom was 54. He was married and had a 7-year-old daughter. He kept his private life very, very private indeed. And he has been acting since he was 14 years old. He was actually handpicked by Bill Cosby. His character, Theo, who also had dyslexia, was a phenomenal personality and trailblazer for me in the 80s. I had never seen a black family on television like the Huxtables. Never. We would sit down and we would watch the show. The iconic lip-syncing scene with all of them dancing and Theo dancing up and down the stairs just came to the forefront of me after 30 years, because I remembered my childhood at that time, and he was a huge part of it. Celebrities have come out to express their absolute shock, their speechlessness, and the fact that he really was a very nice guy. And I echo that because from 14 to 54, that's 40 years being out here in these entertainment streets, and we never heard anything bad about him. We never heard anything. I'm going to tell you anything, not one thing whatsoever. Theo, thank you. Thank you for your excellence. Your legacy lives on. I cry in my heart because I wanted you to live longer. And that's what happens when we love people. We want them to be around us because it makes the world a better place. I also wanted you to be here to see your daughter graduate, to see your daughter get married, to see your daughter have children and make you a grandfather. But you have the best seat in the house because from up above, you will always be able to watch over her and your beautiful wife. Thank you for the laughs. Thank you for the teachings. Thank you for everything that you gave us. You cannot imagine what an impact you were. Bill Cosby also spoke on Malcolm's passing, and it said it reminded him of when he lost his son to a very senseless, failed attempt of robbery. I concur because I believe that Bill loved Malcolm like his own son. When you do these kind of television shows, especially as successful as The Cosby Show was, you're filming for hours on end with different characters, and it really does become your second family. And I feel sad. I feel sad because my childhood is very slowly disappearing. I'm not afraid of getting older, but I am afraid of being alone. and I don't want to leave my loved ones. Malcom was on a family holiday trip in Costa Rica, and he decided to go swimming. And that day, the current perhaps was set in place to take him home. I believe it was his time. I believe that our Father said, your work is done and it's time for you to come home. It reminds me very, very, very much of the passing of Kobe Bryant in 2020. It was his time to come home. The weather that morning when the plane flew was so cloudy, and yet after the accident, the blue sky came right out again. It was Malcom's time to come home. How many times do we go on vacations? How many times do we want to stay by the beach? How many times has Malcom gone to Costa Rica and swam in that very sea? But it was his time to come home. And I think that Malcom was at his happiest this past weekend. And everything kind of was in its place. His daughter was happy. His wife was smiling. Everything was in its place. And that was how our Father said, come and sit beside me. Because he had blessed Malcom with a very full life. Very full. There are many that have lived longer than Malcom and have not had the full life that Malcom had. Again, like I said, it's because we want them to stay. They make the world a better place. I'm so sad. Rest in power, Malcom. My deepest condolences to your beautiful wife and your beautiful daughter. You live in her. Everything that is good in her is what you have taught her and raised her to this stage, and your wife will continue. May we have a moment of silence for Malcom at any point in time of the day for you, and thank him for impacting us in a way unimaginable, especially in the 80s. You touched so many hearts, and that's why there's an outpour of love and heartbreak for you, Malcom. Rest in power. God bless you. God bless you. And thank you. Thank you for what you did for us and what you left behind, and how you changed the trajectory of our beautiful African American men and men in general. You showed us a softer side that turned out to be the strongest side of all of us. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to like, to subscribe, hit the notification button, and I will see you sooner than later. All of my love.
What's good? Yes, I got the flower in my hair. Today's my daughter's birthday. She put the flower there, so I'm rocking it. What? It's a beautiful day here in Atlanta. I just wanted to shout out and just spread some love and some good cheer. And you know, life is out here lifing, right? For me and for everybody else. But just wanted to remind you, as I remind myself, that no matter what's going on, there's always a reason to smile. Like if you just take a minute to stop and take stock, I guarantee you can find at least one reason to smile. And if for some reason you can't find a reason to smile, then that's probably the best time to be the reason for somebody else to smile. So, find a smile for yourself and be a reason for someone else to smile. That's all I got. Listen to love because it's been a minute. Peace and love, and I'll be back soon.
This city has a special morning voice. Speaks to me through an open window, masquerading as noise. 10 million people waking up, and somehow I'm the lucky guy who gets to make you a coffee cup. And if I ever forget what matters most, if I am giving up the ghost, remind me, babe, and I will do my best to recall. And if I stumble and fall, if I make a mess of it all, remind me, babe, and I will do my best to recall. This city can be hard and unforgiving. You better know who you are. You brought me back to the living. You were my guiding star. And if I ever forget what matters most, if I am giving up the ghost, remind me, babe, and I will do my best to recall. And if I stumble and fall, if I make a mess of it all, remind me, babe, and I will do my best to recall. And if I ever forget what matters most, if I am giving up the ghost, remind me, babe, and I will do my best to recall.